people don't really know how to take, the rumors that were starting to circulate about you in the streets, because it was like, dang, if she held him down.
So even if me and Yandy decide to break up, it's no one's business but our household. Right? So if you see me acting inappropriate, it's appropriate for me.
Okay, so we really thought we were gonna coast through the holidays in peace, right? Because when have we ever had a calm, drama-free holiday season? Especially when Tamar Braxton is involved. And listen, I'm not even surprised anymore at this point. So anyway, Tamar's trending again. Shocking, I know. But this time, it's not because of music or reality TV or one of her iconic meltdowns. No. This time, her name is back in the headlines because of Mendeecees. Yes, that Mendeecees. Yandy's longtime partner, the man everyone knew as her husband, the father of her children, the man who was very much taken and very much in what everyone believed was a committed, serious, long-term relationship. That Mendeecees, now Mendeecees, recently did an interview and he dropped an absolute bombshell. He came out and said that he and Yandy were never actually legally married. Never. He said the paperwork was never filed. The marriage license doesn't exist. So all this time, while we're over here calling him Yandy's husband, apparently that was never official. And of course, the internet lost its mind. People were shocked, confused, making jokes, asking questions. You know how it goes. And then, right on cue, Tamar Braxton hops online. Because of course she does. She couldn't just sit this one out. She had to insert herself into the conversation. So she jumps on social media to defend herself, claiming she was never involved with a married man. She's out here framing her whole response around the legal marital status. Like, well, technically he wasn't married, so technically I did nothing wrong. And listen, I need y'all to sit with that for a second. Because what exactly is Tamar trying to prove here? What is the goal? She's out here playing word games with the definition of marriage, like we don't see what's happening, like we're stupid. She's leaning hard into this, well, they weren't legally married angle, and it feels intentional. It feels like she's trying to find a loophole, a technicality to hide behind, and it's giving guilty. It's giving deflection. It's giving, I know what I did, but I found a way to spin it. Now, Funky Dineva got pulled into this whole situation too, and honestly, I feel for him. He came out and said he felt uncomfortable around Tamar and Mendeecees because their behavior was just too familiar, too affectionate, too close for comfort. And keep in mind, Funky is friends with Quad and Yandy, so he's in a really awkward position. He's watching two people act in a way that feels inappropriate, and he's stuck in the middle because of his friendships. That's messy.
Let's be like this. Part of the problem with this whole thing was, Tamar, is that I was never comfortable with the relationship that you and Mendeecees had in front of me, okay? All of that, you at the music video shoot, in your booty shorts, sitting on top of him meeting us up at restaurants every time we met up. I was very uncomfortable with it. And if we gonna tell it, let's tell it all. So since you were throwing a party for a friend's birthday party, do y'all want to know why I did not get out the car and go upstairs with Tamar when we got back to her house? Because after her and Mendeecees got through kissing in the back of that goddamn car, I figured they wanted to be up there privately. That is why when we got dropped off at Tamar's house, I did not go upstairs. I got in my damn car and went home because you was sitting on his lap in that goddamn Uber and y'all was kissing.
And apparently, Tamar and Mendeecees were crossing lines. They were acting in ways that felt disrespectful, especially considering the relationships that already existed. People noticed, people felt uneasy, and now we know why. So Mendeecees confirms it himself. No legal marriage, no paperwork filed. Not before he went to jail, not after he got out. He said jail delayed things, but even after all that, the filing just never happened. And Tamar? Oh, Tamar seized on that. She grabbed onto that not married detail like it was a lifeline and ran with it. She inserted herself even deeper into the narrative. And honestly, her comments are saying way more than I think she realizes. Because here's my question. If nothing happened, why are you speaking? Why are you explaining? Why are you so invested in clarifying his marital status? Innocent people don't over-explain. Innocent people don't go online and start breaking down legal definitions of marriage when nobody even asked them. Her reaction is loud, and it's telling. Now look, Mendeecees also said that he and Yandy just weren't on the same page anymore. And to be fair, if you've been watching them over the years, you could kind of see it. There was an emotional disconnect. The vibe was off. Yandy's been focused on building her empire, hustling, securing the bag, and I respect that. But it seems like the relationship took a back seat. Mendeecees felt ignored. He felt overlooked. And yeah, that's a real issue. And listen, I'll give Yandy credit where it's due. She held Mendeecees down when he was locked up. She showed loyalty. She showed up. But loyalty doesn't guarantee that a relationship will last forever. People grow apart. That's life. But that's also not really the point of this story. Because this story isn't about Yandy and Mendeecees' breakup. This is about Tamar. Tamar made herself the center of this drama. She could have stayed quiet. She could have minded her business. But instead, she responded. And not just responded, she responded fast. Mendeecees does his interview, and within hours, Tamar's online with a whole statement. That raises questions, doesn't it? Why does she know his marital status? Why does she care? Why is she so quick to defend herself if there's nothing to defend? And then, to make things even weirder, Tamar posts her Cash App publicly. Yes, her Cash App. And she's telling people that if they want to call her names, they need to pay her first.
People don't really know how to take, the rumors that were starting to circulate about you in the streets, because it was like, dang, if she held him down.
So even if me and Yandy decide to break up, it's no one's business but our household. Right? So if you see me acting inappropriate, it's appropriate for me. It's maybe not for you, because I'm sorry you wasn't in the group chat when we decided that you know what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry you was in our bedroom when we had this conversation, and and that's the problem, because a lot of times these rumors, we so private that we sit back and we laugh at it, and it doesn't affect us like the way it affects the public. People be like, oh, y'all should be more transparent and let us know. Yeah, we gotta figure out how to let our children know.
Right, exactly.
What's the status of you and Yandy right now?
Are we not together?
Y'all not together. So y'all getting a divorce?
Well, we never was like legally married, so I don't know what a divorce. Like.
So the rumors are true that y'all just did it for TV.
Listen, I didn't do it for TV. I think, listen, it was Yandy's idea, right? Because in the beginning we had I was going through legal battles with courts and fines, and she said, let's not sign the papers, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I guess it kind of just stayed that way. Then we got married again, and then we still ain't.
Yeah, because I was at one though.
Yeah, you was at.
I was there, and I had a good time.
Let me tell you something. I was shocked.
Beautiful.
It was beautiful. That was about it.
Yes, I remember the special.
Yeah, listen. But you gotta think about it, right? If I look back now, I see what people going through divorce with assets and stuff like that.
You escaped. I'm going through.
We don't gotta go through none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
you won.
It kind of worked out.
How long have y'all been split, and how was the split? What was the coping?
So I've known Yandy for like 20 years, right? So right now we've been probably split up for over a year. 20 years, you don't, it's like that person helped change you who you are today. Yeah. You grew up. I'm matured in so many ways. Messing with Yandy, like I wouldn't be the man who I am today if it wasn't for her.
That's a beautiful thing to say.
So she made me look at family different. She just made me look at life different. If I show you how closed off I was, I wouldn't be even sitting here having this conversation. So, it's just unfortunate that, after time, we couldn't just get on the same page.
People are looking at this move like she's either trolling or genuinely unwell. It feels attention-seeking. It feels unserious. And instead of calming things down, it just added more fuel to the fire. It made people question her mindset even more. Now, the content creator who originally broke this story, he's standing by everything he said. He's not backing down. And honestly, it seems like he was just reporting what he knew. He wasn't lying. His version of events is lining up with what Tamar is saying now, which is wild because she's basically confirming him while trying to deny him at the same time. And apparently, Tamar allegedly told this creator that Mendeecees wasn't married. She reportedly encouraged him to go public with the information. So now, everything that's happening is actually backing up his credibility. She played herself. Here's what I think is really going on. I think Tamar loves attention. I think she loves controversy. I think she loves keeping her name trending. And social media drama is one way to do that. Her actions are validating every single criticism people have been throwing at her. She's proving everyone right. But let's talk about the real issue here, because it's not about a marriage license. It was never about whether they were legally married or not. The problem is that Mendeecees was in a committed relationship. He had a family. He was unavailable. And legal status doesn't change that. You don't get a pass just because there's no paperwork. Tamar's out here focused on semantics. She's focused on labels, but she's avoiding accountability for the actual behavior. Because unavailable is the real issue, not whether someone signed a piece of paper at a courthouse. And honestly, the way she's moving reads like clout chasing. It reads like she's chasing attention and relevance. The internet is split. Some people see her denial for what it is. Others think she's technically admitting to something without actually saying it out loud. Either way, it's messy. And the sad part is, Tamar is sabotaging herself. Every post she makes, every statement she puts out, it's confirming what she's trying to deny. She's over-explaining, and it's damaging her credibility. Social media is not helping her case at all. And look, I'm saying all this with genuine concern. This isn't hate. I actually care about Tamar. She's talented. She's been through a lot, but she needs real support. She needs people around her who will tell her the truth, not people who will let her spiral online for entertainment. So here we are, December 26th. Still got a few days left in the year, and knowing Tamar, we're probably gonna get more drama before the clock strikes midnight on New Year's Eve. Because if there's one thing we can count on, it's that Tamar Braxton is unpredictable. All right, y'all, that's my take. What do you think? Am I being too harsh, or am I speaking facts? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you made it this far, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe.